Amazing. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. We're going to be talking about how to make TikTok part of your revenue plan for your business. Where I will post this content, including the video and the presentation, on our website, and I'll email it out to everybody so you have it. Um, and feel free to contact me if you have any questions. My name is Miriam Golubgir, and I am the CEO of Digital Marketing Experts. Digital Marketing Experts is a small little boutique marketing agency that I created 11 years ago. And our goal has been to help small to medium-sized businesses um, grow, increase their online revenue and online customers, and work at creating a very sustainable digital marketing strategy for everybody that we work with. So since we're going to be talking about TikTok, let's get started right away. So TikTok is no longer just an app where we go in to be entertained. It's now have turned into a vital revenue generating tool as and a channel for businesses of all sizes. So if you own any sort of a small business or work for a larger company that want to take advantage of TikTok, it works for all sorts of businesses. What's going on? Hold on. Here we go. All right, so they have over 1 billion active users. The algorithm prioritizes content based on its relevance um, and not based on the follower counts, which means that any business, small or big, they have the potential to go viral. The app uses the app's user kind of skew towards younger audiences, and majority of the users are practically under the age of 30. It makes it critical channel for brands that are looking to target the millennials and Gen Zs. Now, how are we going to integrate TikTok into our revenue plan? Well, before we get started on this, we have to talk about two very big component and most important parts of TikTok. Any sort of a platform that we use to advertise our products and services, before we start advertising, we have to have a marketing plan. And then figuring out if this platform fits into this marketing plan that we're creating. If I'm selling, hypothetically, if I'm a real estate agent and I'm selling a house, someone under 30 may or may not potentially be the perfect candidate to buy that house because they may not have, $1.8 million put in the bank or even, $800,000 to buy a house. So I may or may not be able to use TikTok effectively to target my audience. Now, again, what you heard from me is audience. You heard targeting. You heard the words that talks about identifying someone as the perfect person that I buy, that I sell a product to or service to. So that has to be part of your marketing plan. So let's get that as part of what we really need to do first and foremost. And then the second thing we need to do is we need to understand who we're selling to. So it doesn't matter what platform we go to, whether we're using Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok, we need to speak to this particular exact customer on that particular platform. So TikTok's audience are a little diverse. They're younger, and they also come from, we have other individuals that are like, in their 30s and 40s and 50s that are on TikTok. That doesn't mean it isn't, but it's predominantly of like under 30 age group. Now, if you are looking for an audience that is a little bit on an older side, and there's certain important factors for you, so gender matters to you, their education matters to you, or their level of understanding of a particular interest or industry matters to you, TikTok has built-in analytics tools that can gather all that insight of your current followers and people that you could potentially go after, and provide you that information. And I've also have another analytics tool that I put into this presentation that you can look into to kind of see the audience that you're going after. Is this the right audience? Now, I put a note here and it says TikTok offers user-generated content and authentic brand story and ad format in e-commerce. So this audience that you're going after, this individual, they have to be, if you're trying to sell a story to them or sell any sort of a product to them, they have to be not only mentally ready to purchase, but financially have the means to purchase. And the other piece is that when we sell to TikTok users, when you sell to one TikTok user, technically you sell to 50 TikTok users because they tell each other and they share with each other things that they have bought on TikTok. You also want to make sure that if you want to create content that, if you want to include this into a revenue plan, you want to have content that's very authentic and it's engaging. So the reason TikTok works really well is because on all the other platforms, a lot of the content's pretty polished. You know, they use the high-end camera and, you know, they have like the beautiful editing between different scenes. And you see that on Instagram and you'll notice that when you go on Instagram now, you notice, hey, I can see that it's you know, a professional camera that's been used and there's a cameraman in the back walking around with this person. You know, there's a bit of a polishing to this video that was created. But TikTok thrives on raw content and like fun videos. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't done by, you know, a professional. It could be done by a professional camera, but for the most part, it's done by a phone camera and it's maybe one or two individuals. And whether it's a skit or, you know, a conversation piece or a tutorial that they're providing, it's very raw. So that rawness now is in style and it's what end users want. So you want to use a content that also resonates emotionally with your audience, because 90% of selling is that you're fulfilling an emotion inside me, whether it's you know, a satisfaction of me buying it or satisfaction of me joining a trend or whatever that emotion is. You want to instigate that emotion inside me. That could be, you know, entertaining me, educating me, inspiring me. You want to do that. And you also want to have user-generated content, and you'll hear this a lot. A perfect example of this is if you visit one of the big brands. So if you look at, and this is why a lot of brands use influencers or they take content that is, you know, a testimonial of a product or service, and they prefer to push that onto their TikToks or on their Instagram because that user-generated information is an affirmation and it's a testament to their business, that their business is so well that people love it so much that they take a product, they buy their product, and they talk about it. So if you have a product that you want to sell, or if you had a client that had really good experience with you, you want to ask them to create a content for you and push that as part of your revenue generating plan. Because think about it this way. If I was looking for a high collar top and I went to, this is a men's shirt, so I went to Moore's and I looked it up and I can't picture it in my head what it would look like on me as a woman with short hair. First thing I would do is I would go and Google that. Sorry, I would put it in either in Pinterest or Instagram or TikTok. And most likely the chances of me seeing one person wearing a Moore's high top, and you can Google this, you'll see this. Sorry, you can TikTok it or Instagram it or Pinterest it. You can, the minute you put that information, you'll see a video of someone wearing this. And then I can visualize it. And as someone who wants to buy this Moore's, and if Moore's was very smart, they will take that person who's wearing this top, take that video and put it on their website or their social media so I can go and look at it to see what it would look like on someone with short hair and that wants a high top dress shirt. So that content now made me feel that I can trust this brand, so therefore I'm going to buy from them. Now, there's 3 different types of content that you can create. Challenges are really big on TikTok. You've seen them. One of the first ones, one of the pioneers was the ice bucket challenge. And that ice bucket challenge grew on Facebook, Instagram, and I think it was at the time TikTok had just started, or it grew. The newest one is the there's a few that are going on right now. One has to do with a makeup brand, Elf, and which I have in this presentation that I'll talk to you guys about. And it's about a music with like putting makeup on. Challenges grow and they create, and people love to share them. So if you're going to be doing a challenge or you want to be part of a challenge, you want your brand to be part of a challenge, that's not a bad idea. You can do that as well. And you can create a challenge, create a hashtag for your brand, or be part of someone else's challenge and utilize that hashtag as well. Short tutorials are fantastic. Like I said, if someone would, show me and demonstrate that they wore a high top men's shirt from Moore's, most likely I'm going to want to buy it. You'll see a lot of cooking videos for people that are selling. So there's a guy that sells butter, and he has videos, short tutorial videos on how to make certain things using butter because he sells this particular brand of butter. And that product demonstration of him cooking that butter into the food, it goes a long way. He has hundreds of thousands of followers, and his videos get billions of views. Behind the scenes are great because it kind of humanizes that brand. It's not just some brand from some factory in another country. It's somewhere local, and 5 women, 2 men are running the show. They're in the background. Here they are. This is the hard work they put in. This is where the facility looks like. What does it look like, and what information that I can provide you it's on the behind the scene, and kind of builds a trust in one's brand. The best tool that's available on TikTok for advertising purposes is their TikTok ads for direct sales. So it's an ad manager, and I'll show you guys in a couple of slides from here how to use it and what it is and what works. You can create different types of ads. Now, ads are fantastic. They're expensive, but they're fantastic because when you do in-feed ads, the person doesn't, it kind of falls organically and seamlessly in between people's content. And then your call to action button, if you're really savvy, you can make it something that's, kind of seamless again and takes them to your website to shop, or your TikTok shop so they can shop there. These ads are really effective, but I say if you're going to run these ads, make sure that your final goal from that ad is that they're converting to a sales. So if you have a Shopify website, or if you have a BigCommerce website, or any sort of or WooCommerce, which is WordPress, and you want to run in-feed ads, make sure that you have the right conversion tracking set up so you can track who's converting and what sort of sales you're getting from TikTok, because these ads are expensive. And when you look at it at the end of the year and you have multiple ads running from, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Google, it kind of, you'll be able to see the ads that I ran, which one of them worked and which one didn't. Branded hashtag challenges are also another set of ads. So they kind of encourage users to participate in challenges through a hashtag. Now, these ones, you cannot get a lot of call to action because you're telling others to participate in a challenge. They're great for awareness, but they cost money. The next ones are the top view ads, and these appears when users first open their TikTok app, and they have big visibility. And then we have the TikTok shopping ads. I love the TikTok shopping ads because it kind of integrates into your e-commerce functionality, and then it boosts conversion. Conversion means sales. It means people are coming in to finalize a buying process and create and buy this product at the end of the day. And that's a really good thing, and it's important. It should be important to you because it reduces the friction in the buying process. So they're not just leaving when they get to the add to cart stage. They're going through the process and trying to buy it. I don't like influencers, but they're fantastic. You should use them. They're great. It works. I just don't like it because I just don't like that I don't think it doesn't matter why I don't like it. I don't like it. But they're vital, they're vital to the TikTok and Instagram's ecosystem, but especially with TikTok. They help brands. They do. Not all. You gotta do your due diligence. You gotta read about them. You gotta do some investigative digging to make sure they're the right group of people. They're not lying to you. They're not pulling your leg. They're not producing fake robotic numbers. They don't have, fake followers, that there's good content that they're posting and their content has good, proper comments and likes. They're not bought, because a lot of times they can buy all of that for, a price tag. And they come to you as a small business owner and they say, I'm an influencer. And then you and I and everybody else will fall for it. Anyways, I digress. So whether you're doing product endorsement or creative collaboration, partnering with TikTok influencers does make sense. But do your due diligence, make sure that you're picking them from the right spot. Clear and Influence City are great tools because they not only manage the influencer, and they also have tools that allows you to see if this is like a real deal or just a little iffy. Because if they are really iffy, they won't make it past certain processes. They'll get banned. So use a really reputable third-party tool like Clear or Influence City to find the right person for you. You want to leverage all the e-commerce tools if you're selling a product on e-commerce. Excuse me. If you are, sorry, if you're trying to sell a product, take full advantage. Full advantage. TikTok has integration with Shopify and WooCommerce, which is a part of there we go, which is a part of WordPress, and people do shop significantly from and ongoingly. People do shop from TikTok, and it's really easy for any brand to create a seamless buying journey from their content to the checkout without leaving this platform. So if you can use it, do it. If you have a product you want to sell, again, put this as part of your marketing plan before you go on TikTok and do all of this work. Because when you read this presentation, take a look at it, make these steps as part of your marketing plan. So before you spend the countless hours going in and trying to set everything up, you have a plan. And that plan, if any piece of it doesn't work, you can tick it. This didn't work. How do I fix it? And how do I make it better? So there's a few features on the TikTok shopping that I think you should 100% use. First is to create a storefront and showcase your products on TikTok. Then tag your product in posts. So if you are, posting about any sort of product, you can tag it and say, hey, I have this content, and then send them to that purchase page so that they can finalize the purchase. And then you want to integrate with any e-commerce platform that you use. I am not sure about big e-commerce, but I'm pretty sure with Shopify and WordPress that you do have the option to connect them. So when there is any sort of a shopping happening from your TikTok, that it manages your inventory on Shopify or WordPress. I have a few tools for you guys to use. TikTok Ad Manager. I just explained the whole ad manager in a couple slides over. It's a really good tool. It allows you to manage your campaigns, how much money you're spending. It gives you a lot of details on the analytics piece, who's coming in, what they're doing, what's the age groups, what are their wants, their needs, so you can create more content related to what they want and their interests are. Shopify is an integration. It's a platform that it's an e-commerce platform. But if you do sell on Shopify, integrate it into your TikTok, and the app is available on Shopify for free as well. Just connect the two so you can sell from both platforms. Clear is an influencer marketing tool. So this is what I was telling you. So when you use these guys, it helps you find influencers, track their performance, and manage any sort of a collaboration you have with them. There's a fee attached to it, but it saves you a lot of time and hassle and headache of finding, Bob, who says he's an influencer, but all of his likes and followers and comments are bought, and ends up charging you countless and lots of money and countless hours of you creating content that he doesn't do anything proper with. So if you, it's the best money that you spend for what you're getting. It's worth it. Hootsuite is a tool that allows you to schedule any content that you want to put up. So a lot of people, when they're running their small businesses, they don't have the time and energy to sit there every day and create content. But it makes sense to them to create 30 days worth of content all at once and post it and schedule for the whole 30 days. And I do that. So Hootsuite is a really good, powerful platform that allows you to post content. So it's ongoingly, you have content, or you might have like a promotion that's coming up and you don't want to have that particular promotion, out of all the time, but you want it at a particular time frame. So you can use Hootsuite to do it. vidIQ is a tool that kind of analyzes the trends and tracks performances. So it's your content that it's tracking to see what trends you're meeting, what trends you're missing out on, and how did all of these videos and content that you created is actually doing, and is it making sense for you or not? If you guys are okay, I'm going to go into some case studies, and we'll talk about a few case studies that I have for you guys. Does anybody have any questions? All right, let's move on to the case studies then. Okay, so as you heard earlier, I was talking about challenges and user-generated content. So let's look at Gymshark. So Gymshark is a UK-based fitness company, and they saw an incredible success by leveraging TikTok viral culture. What they did was they launched this campaign, which was called Gymshark 66, and it was a challenge. It's a workout challenge for 66 days. And it just went viral. They got 193 million views, and what they got was 24% increase in their sales, in their membership sales. And they involved their audience and turning customers into like brand ambassadors. And they capitalized on the power of user-generated content. So Miriam, who was going to this gym, joined the challenge, and she tracked her performance for 66 days. That's 66 days worth of content going into Gymshark, times the number of people that were customers and wanted to be part of this challenge. Challenges do work, and by leveraging it, Gymshark kind of fostered a community participation, and it led into the increase of their visibility and their online sales. So if you can take advantage of that, I would highly recommend it. The next is Chipotle. So they wanted to maximize the power of branded hashtags. So they created a hashtag. So Chipotle is known for their innovative marketing strategies. They've been around for long enough. They've had really good videos and commercials that they've created. But what they wanted to do is they wanted to come up with this hashtag called Guac Dance. And that was kind of encouraging people to dance, to do a dance move, so they can win a free guacamole on International Avocado Day or National Avocado Day. And this challenge just resulted to 250,000 video submission and generated over 800 million views. On one day, the campaign Chipotle experienced the highest digital sales in history. So the takeaway is that the branded hashtags challenge does work, and it boosts significant engagement and drives sales and revenue. So if you want to do that, that is a possibility. Now, once again, the reason Chipotle's challenge worked, and these challenges all work, but it has to be something that's innovative, and it's something that it's unique, and something that everybody just sees it as a fun thing to do. And that's what I would take as a takeaway. So let's talk about another case study that has to do with influencers. So Fenty, everybody knows Fenty, Rihanna's beauty brand. They wanted to drive sales through influencer marketing. So Rihanna has founded this beauty brand called Fenty Beauty, and it's a really good brand. They wanted to use beauty influencers to create tutorial style content that features their products. So they didn't go after the big brands, the big brand influencers. They went after the micro influencers who had really good engagement rates with their followers. So they saw a significant uptake in their online sales. They had a 12% increase in their overall revenue within the first quarter because of this TikTok push. And the influencer marketing does work. As I said, you should take advantage of it. But then again, use a tool that's going to give you a really good number of information about this particular influencer that you're going after. And make sure that the content that they're creating, and you can have this conversation. If they're creating content on your behalf, you have the right to ask, what sort of content are you creating? And make sure that that content is going to represent you and your authenticity and that the trust that you've built over years with your clientele. The last one is Elf Cosmetic. So Elf Cosmetic did an original music to drive sales. So what they did, so Elf Cosmetic is a really big known brand, and they've been pushing this affordable makeup for a very long time. They want to go after the affordable makeup that's, high-end makeup, but it's affordable. So they took an innovative approach and they created an original music to promote their brand. But what they did was the original song was Eyes, Lips, Face. And then they paired it with a TikTok challenge and they encouraged users to create their own content using the song, which went nuts and it went viral. They got about 4 billion views and the song became a chart-topping hit. More importantly, they had a 52% increase in their online sales. So the takeaway is that, especially the music can create a memorable brand moment for these people. Elf was able to take advantage of another viral challenge and push and increase their sales and push their brand visibility. And that's all I have for you guys. Do you have any questions? Anybody? Really? I was that good? Well, that's
If
good.
I am using a platform like right now, my website is being built through Wix and has the e-commerce side to it. Would you still like how many storefronts is, I guess, too many storefronts? Is there a good way to cross market the two so that it's funneling people more into one place than the other? How would you strategize that, I guess?
Oh, that's such a good idea. That's such a good question, first of all. There is nothing wrong with having too many storefronts. Not at all. But you want to have a consistency in your branding. So if you are having a TikTok, you're having a did you say Wix? Was it a
Wix,
Wix?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So if you're doing Wix, you're doing TikTok, make sure they're identical. Identical. Okay? Because you want to stay in people's mind. You want
Yeah.
everything to have your brand and for them to be like, oh, this is the
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem at all. Um, your Wix is open to everybody that wants to buy this product. TikTok is targeted towards a very specific audience that are going to come and buy this product. You might be able to change your messaging a little bit to speak the same language as your TikTok users. Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, it's kind of how you would use each platform to speak to a different
Yes.
generation or articulate the same thing, but in different methods. Like LinkedIn, I would write more of an article style post versus creating something that's super flashy and video and all. Yeah.
Yes. So another thing you could do is use Linktree
Yep, I have that.
to showcase all the platforms you're in. Now, when I say identical, that doesn't necessarily mean everything has to be identical. If your TikTok does better with videos, push the videos, but make sure your brand is similar. So, like, you'll notice my brand is very turquoise and blue. very Tiffany blue colors. So you'll notice my presentations are very Tiffany blue. My website is so as far as branding, like image, what they see, that's the colors I went with. There's this boldness to my brand, so I kept that. There's this informative piece to my brand, so I make sure I do webinars. So if you, whatever your brand is, whatever your messaging on your brand is, whatever you want to be portrayed as, you can change that on your TikTok versus your Instagram. Now, Instagram, you could send them directly to your website, to your Wix. Now, are you sending them to your Wix? Sorry, but are you sending them to Square? Are you using Wix or are you using Square One?
Um, I'm using Wix, so I'm really still somewhere between launching the business and ideation phase. So kind of building everything out right now, just making sure that I have all my T's crossed, I's dotted. And
Okay.
so I want to hard launch essentially everything at once, but have it prepared and ready to roll out so I'm strong on all fronts. So right
Okay.
now I'm building on Wix. I just connected the link tree to my Instagram and LinkedIn, or sorry, not LinkedIn. It wouldn't let me with LinkedIn. So to the website, to Wix. And then I'm also doing affiliate marketing through Amazon as well.
Okay. What I would do is I would, if whatever date your heart launches, I would use TikTok to 6 weeks in advance to build that anticipation.
Okay, cool.
And then I would do a before launch, massive exposure. We're going to have a massive launch video. And then I would do behind the scene before we launch. And then I would do the launch so they can, like, all you have the opportunity to have all of these videos before your business goes live. Take
Okay.
full advantage of that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to put this video online. I'm going to stop sharing. And if you guys have any questions, my contact information is available. Put it in the chat as well. So if you want, send me a quick email and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have, okay? Good luck to everybody and thank you so much for attending today. Take care. Thanks.